Hey, welcome back to Plants and Produce. I'm Andy, and don't forget to like, subscribe, share this video with anybody you think might be interested in it. So what I want to talk about today is basically seeding, propagation, and we're going to talk a little bit about the short video on the incubation box that we made that helps stuff out. So I've got my standard tray here, and what we're going to do today is just going to plant a few sunflowers out. I have a set out there that are about 3/4 grown now. I have another set that's half grown. I have a set down there that are getting on to the point of where they need putting out now. They've been in here for 3 or 4 weeks now, so they need to go out. So on the succession planning, I'll start doing another set of these. I've got some other stuff going away in the incubation box, which I'll show you. So a lot of these here will be just these specialist sunflower selection ones. So on these I'll do 2 rows of each one of the ones I like. These are some double dandy and some starburst lemon eclair. So what came up today was I was asked that while I was at work on a manager of mine has asked how long should she wait before she's harvested some of her green beans because they've started to come up. So my question to her was, what's the date on the packet? And she said, what are you talking about? So anyway, hi Kayla. So what I'm talking about is most packets of seeds that you buy will have a date to harvest on the back of them. Some won't, like carrots and stuff like that won't, because you harvest them when you feel they're ready, depending on whether you want a very mature carrot or whether you want a small carrot. So when I say harvest point, what I mean is what's your growing season in your area, and everywhere is different. Where we are right now, our growing season is about 160 days, so that means I can keep planting all the way up till quite a while yet, because my last date won't be till start of October before it gets too cold. But you have to remember that that's when the last of your crops will be, so everything has to be finished by then. So if you look anywhere you like on the web, you will find what your maximum growing date is, and then just work backwards from there. Now there are changes to that, because you can force stuff a little bit faster, or you can slow some stuff down. So a lot of the stuff that it says is maximum germination or the germination time, you can either slightly quicken that up, or you can slow it down by not having quite the right temperature than what you need. All the stuff that I grow, I start off in my incubation box, so it maintains the right moisture and it maintains the right temperature. So I can get stuff in the box and I can get it germinated in 4 or 5 days, where the packet would tell you 7 to 8 days. I could also leave it outside at night and it will slow it down because the temperature is still cool enough at night, or I could leave it in the greenhouse in here and it will quicken up at night. Same as on the growing times. If I do the pH balance and give it the perfect nutrients and the perfect pH balance, it will grow much faster. If I just pour tap water on it, it's obviously going to go a lot slower. So fill them with seeds. I like covering. And then these seeds I'll just give a gentle watering across the top, because again they're going into my incubation box. And then of course, don't forget to label them so you can remember which ones are in there. So from here I would take it across and I would put it in my box. What I have to take out of my box right now is, this is stuff I started 4 or 5 days ago, and as you can see it's already completely taken off. So in the top tray here it's mostly lettuces, and then I will prick them out and sort them out a little bit later. And then in the bottom tray here I have broccolis, cauliflowers and that type of stuff. So this box is really basic. All it really was when I first started was an old chest of drawers, which I just made a plywood door for to keep it in there. I have a temperature controller down the side, and then what I have in the bottom is just a cheap crock pot from Walmart, which is on a low setting, and I've set the temperature for 73 degrees, and it sort of maintains that, but also maintains the moisture in here. When I first started this, I just had the crock pot with the 3 or 4 trays in it. I quickly realized that I couldn't get stuff out of there quick enough, so I added some cheap LED lights, which as soon as the seeds start coming up, I'll turn the LED lights on, and that way I can leave them in here for a fraction longer, and then that way I'm not pushed to get them out as quick as I have to. But it maintains a perfect moisture, and it maintains the perfect temperature in here, which makes everything grow in 4 to 5 days. So we'll catch up on this video a little bit later. Hey, welcome back. So the temperature here is now hitting that 80-90 degrees and dropping down to 50-60 degrees at night, and the greenhouse is starting to get pretty damn warm. So it's up in there about 98 in there right now. So it's just starting to fry a few of the plants in there, so it's about time we put the shade cloth on. So this is one we've used for the last 2 years. It's a bit difficult to do by myself, so I have a lovely helper at the far end that would help me drag this over, and let's hope she doesn't mess it up. So hang on, Sam. Okay, so that's the shade cloth on. I'll straighten it up a little bit, and then what we'll do next is we'll get these sunflowers out of the incubation box and just show you how well they've grown in 4 days. Okay, well, welcome back to Plants and Produce. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I know I'm going to say that 100 times, but I just don't get enough subscribers. So what a difference a day makes. So yesterday it was nearly 90 degrees and it was blazing hot, so we put the shade cloth on, and then this morning at 10 o'clock it's cloudy and overcast. It's still warm, it's still close to 70 degrees, but we had a massive thunderstorm last night, so everything got a good water in on the outside. So what we're going to do to finish up this video is talk about the sunflowers that we planted in the incubation box. I think it was 4, maybe 5 days ago we put them in there. So we'll get them out and do a little bit of potting up, and then what we'll do is we'll go over and look at some of the first sunflowers that we planted a while ago that are now coming out, and they're starting to come out in droves now. So we'll go take a look at those. But first of all, let's just see how the sunflowers have done in the incubation box. So as you can see, they've all pretty much taken off. Let's have a look, there's one missing from that one, one missing, and 2 missing from this one over here. So they're pretty much every single one of them has come up. So we'll pot a few of these up. Just need to make sure I know which ones are which. So same as normal, and in the words of one of my heroes, Bob Ross, as he says he's got his canvas, I have my standard 3-inch pots and my standard compost that I use. So we'll pot a few of these up and get going. I like to fill all the pots with soil before I get started. It just makes it go a little bit quicker than what it is. So, same procedure as normal. Gently take it out. Try not to disturb the root structure in the bottom. Take a bit out. It's not in the centre, but that'll be fine. These ones have grown extremely well this time around. And the ones of these in this tray that obviously need a little bit longer, some of the smaller ones that haven't quite emerged as much as the rest, we'll put back in there for another couple of days. Where I have the 2 growing, you just very gently with sunflowers pull them apart. They don't overly recommend that you repot sunflowers, but I've never had an issue doing it, and it's the way I've always done it. It just gives you a head start on getting the first crop or the first flowers of sunflowers going before it really starts to warm up. Okay, so I'll carry on and finish potting those up, but what we'll do is we'll just go take a quick look at the sunflowers and see how they're doing. So looks like we're going to get another shower of rain, so we'll be quick, otherwise my daughter's phone will get wet and then she'll be all angry with me. So the first sunflowers that have come out are the apricot daisy. They're starting to close up a little bit because it's not quite as warm as it has been, but they've got this yellow inside and they'll end up with a pretty black inside once the time they're fully out. And then the American Giants are now getting up into that 5 foot range, 5 foot, 6 foot, close to that. We have a cherry chocolate one that's come out. This one will be a single, and then it will start branching off a few smaller ones off this one here. And then the one that's nearly finished now, that's kept going, is a double quick. Is a double quick, which is a beautiful sunflower, but this one is about done now. So we'll end up just letting that one go to seed. But we'll take some more pictures. We've got the lemon eclair ones coming out down here now, or the panache ones coming out down here now, and there'll be quite a few as this weather starts to warm up. So we'll sign off now and talk to you in the next video.